Today we're going to talk about Tat Cat. Tat Cat is a strategy game, but also helps kids to remember and recognize numbers. The way that you play Tat Cat is that you have your cards and you deal 4 cards to every player. Each player takes the cards and lays them down in front of them, face down. Now, these cards have point values associated with them. So in this case, this is 1 point, or they have a bunch, 5 points. And what their goal is to end the game with the least number of points in front of them. So we've dealt 4 cards, we put the rest of the cards in the middle, and we turned over the top card. You have cards that are number cards, as we talked about, but you also have special action cards, like peek or draw 2. And then you have the rat cards, which are the highest number points. They have 9. So you want to get rid of your rat cards as much as possible. So the way that you play the game is at the beginning, everybody has their 4 points, or their 4 cards. They are allowed to take them, and they are allowed to look at the 2 cards on the end. This player has a 6 and a 7, and they're trying to keep it secret. So everybody looks at the 2 cards on the end. The first player can make a choice. They can either take the card from the discard pile and replace one of the cards in front of them, or they can take a card from the top and use it. And they have a choice. They can either use it or they can discard it. So I took a card from the top of the discard pile, and I'm going to use this, and I place it face down, and I'm going to discard this card face up. Now the next player goes. They can take this card, and they also can choose to use it, and the card that they're going to get rid of, they discard face up. So that was a bad choice, but this is 0. So now I'm going to take this card, and I'm going to replace what I have, and I'm going to discard this. So you keep going in this process where you can either draw from the discard pile or you can draw from here until you think you have the lowest number of points in front of you. And you have to remember what you've played, because remember we said this one is now a 3 or a 4, and this one is now a 0. And do you remember what we had out here? We had a 6 and a 7. But you're not allowed to keep looking at your cards. You only got to peek at your cards once. Now, the action cards, if they are in your hand here, they are worth 0 points. But at the end, you have to take your action card and you have to draw from the top of the deck. And that may or may not work out for you. So even though you have an action card in here, it doesn't do you any good in the sense that you can use it. So this was a draw 2. This doesn't allow me to draw 2. It does give me 0 points until the end, and I can draw. If an action card is turned up here, now the next player can take this action card and work on it. And they can say draw 2. Draw 2 basically says they can pull the top card. They can decide to use it or not use it. If they use it, they swap cards and their turn is done. If they decide to not use it, then they get to discard it and draw the next card. The swap card allows you to swap your card with any other players. So you can take this card, for example, and you could swap it with this one over here. If you saw this person had gotten a 0 and you just pulled it, you just swapped cards. As I said, remember the 9 is the rat key, so you want to get rid of the rats as soon as you can. The round ends when somebody thinks they have the lowest and they say rat-a-tat-tat. At that point, each person gets to finish their round, and then everybody turns over the cards in front of them, and they have to add up their totals. So in this case, my total is 14. This person, their total is, we have 8 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3. So 11, 19, 20, 21, 22. So this person has 22. So I would win this round because I had 14 and they had 22. All right. If you have any questions, please refer to the instructions that came with the game. Thank you.